Like I said in the previous video, it's just going to be all memes all day long. PornHub reveals the the top trends of 2022. Like I said, man, there's no news to be found here today. I just want to have some fun, okay? Pornhub released their statistics, yes, for 2022, and I always find this very interesting, okay? In a year, because I'll eventually, probably next week, in the upcoming week, in the next few days or whatever, I'll probably do a retrospective in some form or fashion of 2022, where everybody is as a global community, as a country, okay? And specifically, this is going to be about the United States, okay? Where you're at is sociologically, okay, in the mindset realm, and then also economically, politically, and everything else can just fall under different categories, okay? Because what people look for in pornography, how much time they're spending on online pornography, and I understand, Pornhub's just one site that's on there, but that tells you a whole lot about a bunch of different things. So instead of me tripping over my own words any further, let's talk about some porn, shall we? Adult video hosting website PornHub released what it called the 2022 year in review, a number of telling statistics about what its visitors had searched, revealing trends behind America's changing attitude towards sex. Internationally, the transgender category grew by 75%. Oh, Lord. Making it the 7th most popular around the world and number 1 in Brazil. Yeah, of course. It's probably number 1 in Brazil, Thailand, some other Southeast Asian countries. In the United States, users in Republican states remain on the website longer than those visiting the Democratic states, and the term trans was also searched disproportionately more in historically Republican state West Virginia. The fuck? See, that's where we can find some very interesting data right there, just in that paragraph alone, okay? So Republicans, okay, just disproportionately, yeah, things aren't going so well for you. If you're, a politically minded individual, okay? Republicans have taken quite a few L's this year, so in order to cheer themselves up and, escape for a moment, all those terms make me physically fucking ill, but not everybody's me, I guess. You'll sit in front of the computer and fucking crank it out for a couple of minutes. You do you, fella, or ma'am in this situation, considering the fact that, they're out there searching for, trans porn, up to 75%. I wonder if that speaks to most of this year. Most of the overarching talking points have something to do with either drag queens twerking in front of kids or, the White House just dragging them, making them interns and giving them high-ranking positions in the government until, of course, they steal all the luggage at the fucking airport, but whatever. U.S. was by far the country that generated the most traffic on the Canadian-owned website. The fuck? I didn't know that. Okay. Sorry about that, eh? With the UK coming in second position, followed by France, Japan, Mexico, Italy, and Germany. Wow, okay. So the US, then the UK, okay, then France, Japan, Mexico, Italy, and Germany. Those are the countries that spent the most time on porn. All of those places, Japan especially, have a worryingly low population growth metrics. Okay, except for Mexico. Mexico's the only outlier that's there. All the rest of those countries, they're all fucking dying because nobody's out there actually fucking. They're just sitting at home fucking, trying to create kids from a sock. But let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the list here for a second. Okay, let's see if there's any hilarious ones. You got Maine looking at anime. The fuck? What's wrong with you? Just go to Crunchyroll, you fucking weirdos. Massachusetts, you got college. That makes sense. It's like, how many different Ivy League universities are down there? That makes sense. In New Hampshire, Ebony BBW. Fucking weirdos. Casting in Vermont. Okay. Group in Rhode Island. Okay. Group in Connecticut. BBC in the DC. Of course. Femdom in New Jersey. The fuck is wrong with you, Jersey? MILF in Delaware. I wonder if Biden was just answering tickets while he was at home and on vacation. It's like, what's the sound the cows make? Oh, MILF. ASMR in Maryland. No, it's twitch.com/amaranth. That's what you guys are looking for. And then Dominican in New York. Hairy Pussy in Pennsylvania. I thought it would have been giant Frankenstein-looking motherfuckers, but okay, to each their own. Smoking in Virginia. What? Trans in West Virginia. Okay, we already knew that. Ohio. PMV. I don't know what that is. I'm probably happy I don't know what that is. Okay. Sucking dick in Michigan. Okay. That's funny considering, That's their most searched for porn term, and then also the only way that they can stay employed in that failing fucking state. Furry in Indiana, just burn it down. Make some popcorn in the fields, and everybody faces the day of reckoning. Okay, was that Kentucky stepmom, Tennessee strap-on? God damn it! Here I was just talking about places to move, and Tennessee came up, and it's like, you guys searching for strap-on? Fuck is wrong with you? North Carolina, big black ass. Okay. Oh, and then South Carolina, you got gilf. What the fuck? Georgia, big ass. That's where I would have thought you would have had the big black ass, but okay, it's just big ass. I guess Stacey Abrams, whenever she would just continue to come up whenever anybody was searching for big ass, and I'm like, oh my god. But then Alabama, BBW, just I think it's the fattest state in the union, so that makes sense. So then Florida got that BBC gang. We up. Just black in Mississippi. Okay. Louisiana, black again. Arkansas, you got black. Massage in Missouri. Okay. Cream pie in Iowa. You got some people out there just looking for cooking recipes on PornHub, and they're like, oh my god, how did you get here? Sex toys. Oh, because there's just such cucks in Minnesota. Of course they'd have to go with sex toys. Hey, got black in North Dakota. What? Fat ass in South Dakota. Christy Noam down bad. Rub in Nebraska. I might be getting some of these states wrong. I am Canadian after all, but I think I'm getting most of them correct. What do you got? Hentai in Kansas? The fuck is wrong with you people? You got anime in Oklahoma. Panties in Texas. That's just weird. Latina in New Mexico. Okay, that makes sense. Goth in Colorado. Okay. Big booty in Wyoming. My man. Leather in Montana. Why? Oh, one of these memes that I seen on the internet, like I said, this is just going to be an entire meme day. Okay, Merry Christmas and all that fun stuff. The way that Montana is leering over Idaho, it looks like Joe Biden sniffing somebody. You can't unsee that now. Congratulations. Just take a look at the border. It's fucking hilarious. And Leather is sniffing hentai. Get that out of your head as well. And then, okay, Fleshlight in Washington. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, just cuck central. And then in Oregon, you got furry. Asian. Why is California the most banal? Like, okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. But it's also California, so it doesn't make sense that it isn't something so fucking degenerate. And then in Nevada, where you could just go down and, fuck anything legally. Cartoon? Like, were they just trying to search for some of those banned Bugs Bunny cartoons? It's like, that'd be funny. Shower in Arizona. Yeah, because, such terrible droughts that's just, they're just looking for water anywhere. And then Mormon in Utah. That makes sense. Amateur wife in Hawaii. Okay, weird. Like, okay. And then, what's breast expansion? Fucking whatever, dude. But that's what Alaska's looking for. That was funny. Oh, and I forgot pegging in Wisconsin because, again, cucks, and that makes sense. And then in Illinois, you got dirty talk. I think I got, all 50 degenerate states that are out there. Oh, yes, and the District of Columbia. Can't forget the capital. But this is all very interesting. Very, very interesting. The length of the duration of stay in the United States on the site, 9 minutes, 41 seconds. That's a long time to be watching porn. Depending on how many times per day they're down there. Okay. So, yeah, what they said at the beginning was, okay, Republican states are staying on or using the site more. So you got Alabama, Louisiana, South Carolina, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, North Carolina, Georgia, Kentucky, Indiana. I don't know what you classify Georgia as anymore. You got the Republican the Republican governor, but you have 2 Georgia senators. Just really tough to suss out. Kentucky's, strange as well. But then, okay, so shortest durations that are there. So you got Ohio, okay, well, we know which way Ohio leans, and that's the shortest duration that's down there. And I guess that population-wise between Alabama and Louisiana, I don't know if we're going to get that deep into, per capita how long people are staying, but all right, Washington State, okay, South Dakota, 9 minutes. I guess they can go stare at the Mount Rushmore if they want to get their rocks off. Delaware, Joe Biden's just not on, not on Pornhub when he can just stroll past a couple of daycares. Fucking creep. Oregon and Minnesota. Christ, there's nothing else to do besides jerk off into a fucking lake out there. Just trying to make land of 1,001 lakes? 10,000 lakes. Sorry, I get the joke wrong. Anyways, the duration changes in 2022. That's interesting because that wasn't pointed out. So Maryland, California, Ohio, Nevada, Alabama, North Carolina, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Missouri, Connecticut are all staying on the site longer in comparison to 2021. Interesting. But then Washington State, Delaware, South Dakota, Minnesota, District of Columbia, and West Virginia, less time on the site. All of that very interesting. Don't know what you can really glean off of that, other than in redder states where you're just supposed to be, oh, you're supposed to be a good man, you're supposed to go to church, they're just sitting there fucking tugging their puds longer than anybody else, okay? Because, oh yeah, it's not cheating if I just watch somebody else fuck. Fucking losers. Information was also available relating to how long users from various places stayed on the site. We went through that in excruciating and hilarious detail. Conversely, for the 6 states that were also on the site were the shortest times: Washington, Delaware, Oregon, Minnesota, all of which voted Democrat in the last 4 presidential elections. Yeah, it doesn't really offset anything, except for, California actually increasing in the amount of time that they're spending there, but nothing to see, I guess. According to the site's the site's users were also searching for homemade content more than ever before. The term real homemade was 310% more popular in the United States in 2022 over 2021. Oh, so even when it comes to like what people want to search for in pornography, they're even looking for authenticity, okay? So it's not just exclusively the domain of news coverage, okay? Or they're wanting honest, real people to deliver them the goods, okay? They're looking for it out there on the fucking tubes. Interesting. Search terms entered into the site varied across the United States, suggested by state demographic and religious differences. All right. That's what I'd like to see. Okay, what's your religious breakdown? Because I got some theories on that, okay? Especially the book that I'm reading right now. But anyways, New York State, the term searched more relative to other states was Dominican, whereas in California it was Asian. Most search terms in 2022. Very interesting. Lesbian, hentai. Oh, hentai last year's winner has fallen to number 2. Oh, couldn't have a repeat champion. Then you got ebony, Latina, Asian, threesome, stepmom, big ass, BBC, cream pie, Japanese. Why is Japanese specifically out of Asian? That's weird. Anal, black, and big tits. Okay, interesting. Interesting, the big derivation between big ass and big tits, okay? But big tits is also the highest climber. Interesting. Most viewed categories of 2022. Holy. Oh, and then, yeah. Those were, search terms, and then you got categories. Obviously, not much changes up at the top. Oh, except for people aren't searching for trans. They're just going directly to the category. Okay. Mature, yuck. Popular with women. Interesting. Okay. Gangbang, Asian, babysitter, reality, what? And, usage statistics. This doesn't look, if you guys are also, content creators on YouTube or anything like that, there's something in the background in the analytics section that shows you when people watch your content the most, and mine's normally right around noon local time. Kind of weird. And it's like I've released, so I guess everybody watches the next day's content day after. Okay, cool. It's interesting to see. But the way that it works out here, okay, so it looks like the blue is the least watched hours. Okay, so the lowest time is Tuesday at 5 a.m. Eastern time, I would imagine. Nobody's watching that shit. The most popular day to be watching is apparently Sunday. Sunday's the most important day. Sunday. Least popular day is Friday. Kind of makes the most sense, okay? But then the highest point in time is Monday at 11 p.m. is the highest individual block that's out there. Why? That's just strange, okay? Maybe it's linked to the fact that everybody goes back and works their shitty job, okay, and then just comes home and then is just so frustrated that they got to go back to work that they just, hurry up and fucking either flick it or just pull it real hard. The most popular models on the site were, a Bella Danger, okay, Lana Rhodes. Oh, that's the one who's complaining about being in the industry, but she's still the most searched porn star out there. Interesting. Angela White, Eva Elfie, and Riley Reid in that order. All right, Mel Gibson. Tuesday at 5 a.m. tended to be the time when the fewest people were on the site. 6 hours after the highest point on the site, so everybody's tired and has fallen asleep by that point in time. Over the year, 84% of the visitors came on mobile phones. Hopefully not, or if you do, hopefully you have a screen protector. While 13% were browsing on desktop and 3% on tablets. Yeah, because you just look silly if you're trying to balance a tablet while you're standing up, fucking yanking it onto a Kleenex. Tablets were down a whopping 34% on last year. Oh no. Last year, a co-owner of PornHub with an annual revenue of $98 billion was named on the Pandora Papers. Don't know what the fuck that is, but $98 billion they made last year. It looks like all of the metrics, aside from one, was down. Yeah, 3 seconds less, but that's within the fucking margin of error, realistically. So while my personal search history, it would be totally irrelevant because porn's a waste of your time. But it looks like business is booming if you're black, or you got a fat black ass or a big black cock. And if you're all of those things and down in the deep south, well, business is booming and business is good. So yeah, a little food for thought for everybody just before their dinner. So we got one more here today, and yeah, it's going to be following a pretty consistent theme because, like I said, it's all memes today. Don't be taking Christmas all that seriously. This shit is going to be evergreen. So even if you aren't watching it on Christmas Day, I don't mind. This shit's funny to me. Anyways, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Merry Christmas once again. Catch ya in a bit.